Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you with the last Diecast weekly episode of the year. Say goodbye to 2023, on to 2024. I got a lot of cool stuff this year. We're not going to do like any weird like summary right now or anything like that. I may come up with some sort of supplementary video for basically like a year-end summary, maybe sometime next week. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I do have some stuff to show you as usual. We are going to just kind of look at all of that. We'll get right into it. First of all, this Porsche set has been hitting Walmarts and has been, I would imagine, quite popular. Very, very cool. There's been some weirdness surrounding it with regards to, is there a chase in this series or not? And I guess there is, or at least there's one car that's coming in more limited quantities and not guaranteed to be in every single case. Is that a chase? I don't know. But I found, of course, all but that one. So I've got, 5 out of the 6 cars, and these are in that new like Walmart sort of premium-ish set. Some of these have metal bases, some of these have plastic bases. They all have plastic wheels, and they're all that newer wheel type that we saw first in the wagons set. So this is the Porsche set. It looks really good, really fantastic. The card art looks really good. The cars themselves are very cool, just really nice. We got that 356 Speedster, 935, the Porsche 918 Cayman GT4, pretty nice. The 1971 Porsche 911, really nice looking, and the Porsche 944. So really cool set. And I hope to get that. The 914-6 is the missing one. I think it's green. So I got to find that, and hopefully I will find that and complete that set. I'm digging both of these sets so far, the wagon set and the Porsche set. Is it kind of annoying that there's going to be one that's more limited to the rest, making it kind of difficult for people to complete sets? I kind of have mixed feelings about that. I know that Hot Wheels is really into the hype, and, what's more, pumping up hype of stuff without making something more limited than the rest of the cars in the set, making everybody you have to hunt everywhere for them. So I get it. However, I would just like to have the dang set, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. The wagon set didn't have anything like that going on. It just had the 510 wagon in it, which is a hard one to get just because people were grabbing every single one of the pigs. So there's that. All right. Moving on, I got this in the mail from Diecast Talk. This is a brand new GCD produced casting. It is a Toyota 4Runner. This is the second GCD model to join my collection, and I'm kind of excited about it. I have a Toyota Tacoma, and now I've got this Toyota 4Runner. There's a couple other GCD models that I'm definitely interested in checking out. They're pretty high quality. They're all metal. They got all the nice details, all that stuff. We'll look at that, of course, in the next part of this video when we open this up and take a good detailed look. But so far, kind of impressed with those models, and I may add some more to my collection sometime in the future. Then I got some stuff. This actually, my buddy Derek Dumas found these in the wild, and of course, these 4-pack Auto World Deluxe Target exclusives are not showing up in any of the Targets near me. So I have to outsource to try to get these, And Derek thankfully has found them, and I just paid him cost for him because he's a nice guy, and he shipped them to me with a big box of stuff that I've kind of been trickling into these videos. I do have one other item we're going to look at that he sent me as well, but we got this 4-pack. It's a pretty nice 4-pack. I like it because it actually includes all just Auto World Deluxe models. There's no funny car or indie car or anything like that in there. It's straight up these deluxe castings, which, by the way, we should see some new deluxe toolings coming out here in 2024. So I'm kind of excited for those. But very cool. So it's Auto World. You guys know I collect that. Then the other model that I picked or that he sent me, one of the other things he sent me is this 1957 Chevy Nomad Hot Wheels 100% line. So I figured since he sent me this, and then I picked up a couple more 100% cars for my last Diecast monthly meet. So we're going to look at 3 of them today. We got this one here, this Nomad, which is a beautiful color. Of course, these have rubber bands on them. So we're hoping for no paint damage from these rotten rubber bands. We'll see what happens there. Then I've got this 34 Ford Highboy Coupe. And then I've got this Woody. I think it's like a Cadillac Eldorado Woody wagon kind of thing, I think. Something like that. Pretty cool looking. Again, rubber bands in there. Can't wait to get these things out of this packaging so we can take a look and see what we got. Because it could be bad. It could be okay. We'll see what happens. Then I did also get one Ultra Red here. This came from a good buddy, Diecast, as usual. We got the 400Z. I already had opened up the other 2 cars. I did it for pictures. So, or actually, I think I did it originally in my unboxing video of this set just to check out the tooling. But regardless, we'll check out the 2, version A, version B, and then this Ultra Red as well. So glad to knock that off. I think the only one I am missing now for this set is the Corvette. And that one's going to be a tough one to get because it's Golf, you know. So it's a Golf livery, Ultra Red. Going to be a tough one to get. That one's the last one that I'm going to need to try to find, and I think it's going to prove kind of hard. There's also some weird stuff going on with this set. Something about Walmart pulling this set from shelves for some reason. I don't know what that's about. I have no idea why that occurred or what happened there, why they pulled them and then restock. Now they restocked Auto World, but it's not this set. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't think it was anything with the Golf licensing, but I'm really not sure. I just don't know. All right, so there's that. And then, of course, we've got some weird stuff from our buddy Jay, who sends me a box every week. I actually got another box from him that we're not going to even dig into. It's like the contents of it are sitting right here. Extra stuff in there that he sent, some stuff I purchased, and some other stuff. He's got another big box coming to me for some other stuff that he found in stores that I just purchased. So he's been really helping me out and finding some stuff. I think he's got the new Boulevard set that's coming to me next week, so that's going to be pretty cool as well. But of course, this is a box of just some weird stuff. We've got York Fair September 11th, September 11th through the 20th, 1998. America's oldest fair, Matchbox. So that right there. Interesting. So yeah, we'll take a look at that. And then he sent me a weird Johnny Lightning because, you know, Doom has sent me a weird Johnny Lightning, and then there are a couple weird Johnny Lightnings, and he's like, I'm going to send you this one, the Mysterion. So we got that. We're going to pop that open. Another weirdo Johnny Lightning, frightening lightning casting. And then this thing is pretty neat. This is a 1/43 scale Chevy Corvette Le Mans 1972. It's made by Vitesse. That's what it looks like. It's in this like square case. Looks really awesome. Now there's some paint rash and stuff on this, so like it's not perfect or anything, but that's okay. The look of this car is just super cool. So I can't wait to actually get it off the base and check it out. One of the things that I sort of got into a little bit this year was 1/43 scale cars. And yeah, it's kind of because Hot Wheels decided to go into that space, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna get a couple to compare. And then I'm like, you know, it also so happened that a Facebook seller that I go through was starting to sell some 1/43 scale stuff, and nobody was like bidding on it because not a lot of people collect the scale here in the US, really, right? So I picked up a bunch of models and I showed them in some other episodes and whatnot. And now I've got, you know, kind of a little weird, you know, eclectic 1/43 scale collection along with my 164s. It's not something I go out of my way to get all the time, or it's not something I'm going to, you know, die hard collect, but anytime they're like cheap and it's a cool model, you know, I'll debate on adding it to the collection. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's get this stuff open. Oh yeah, maybe we should crack this too, since this is going to be our little Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2024. I did find this, the carbonator, the bottle opener. So maybe we'll open up this so I can use it on New Year's Eve responsibly. And yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's flip the camera around. Stay tuned. All right, so let's start this second half of the vid by first taking a look at this Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. This is a Diecast Talk exclusive, manufactured by GCD. It's an official Toyota licensed product. These things are pretty nice. These GCD castings. So let's check them out. Pretty cool. Looking a little Lamley exclusive with this being white with the black wheels, right? Kind of like got that look going on. And then it comes in an acrylic case. What is that? It comes with a GCD microfiber cloth. That is premium right there. We're going to leave that in the package. Maybe we'll need to clean it up afterwards. I don't know. But yeah, let's... we got tape holding the case together that we will need to remove. Look at this. How premium is this? That's pretty nifty. I don't know, what should we do? Should we do that and then put this back on? There. Yeah, let's peel it off from the side too. I actually really don't need to. Maybe we can just do this. It's not screwed down, so that's kind of neat. You can just... I'll just pull it out here. You got to be careful. There are going to be some little tiny pieces and bits on this. Here's the base. It's got like a sticker on it, and then it's got one of these metal plates. These are limited to 1,200 pieces. I got number 793, so they are numbered individually, which is some folks will think is really cool. I think it's kind of neat, I guess. And then we've got the model itself. And something is floating around in there. What is that? Where does that piece belong? Is that a mud flap? It is. Oh, shoot. The mud flap is broken off. That's kind of weird because I think my buddy, Brian, Bearded Mug Media, said he had a broken off mud flap in his too. So what's the deal with that? We have to do some modeling to fix this model. And is that going to be easy to get on or not? But yeah, that's the mud flap. It should look like that on this side. See? That's what it should look like. They do have wheels that steer on these models, which I suppose is kind of cool for like posing the model for pictures and whatnot. They also have suspension, which is cool. Not too excited about having to glue a piece on, but you know, if you guys have watched this channel for any period of time, you know that sometimes that is a required thing when you're buying some premium diecast. These little tiny pieces fall off. And unfortunately, this one did in shipping. And it was just floating around up there. So we will have to reattach. Shouldn't be too hard to reattach it, though. There's actually a little hole right there where it goes. And a little bit of glue, and we will be able to do that. I'll be able to fix it right up. And hopefully it'll be stronger than what it was to begin with. Here's a look at the headlight detail. Looks pretty good. Again, these GCD models are very well detailed. They're very heavy. They're metal on metal. They've got suspension. They've got, you know, like the steering wheels on most of them, which is not something that I necessarily need. I don't think no, it's not linked to like the steering wheel or anything on the inside that turns like a 1/18 scale model. But it's got a nice, very detailed interior. Just a really nice amount of details with the model. And again, it is kind of fragile, though. You have to be careful with it. The mirrors are hard plastic. But they do have a reflective surface on it, and it's like a little reflective sticker. And that's nice. They actually put those on there really well and centered. There's no issues there. Lots of good details for the taillights, the headlights, all that good stuff. All in all, a very nicely done, detailed model. We just have a mud flap that is not attached, which we are going to have to assemble ourselves, which I will do, and I will fix it up, and then it will be okay. It will be all right. So these had a long way to travel from China to the U.S. and then to my house, and bouncing around and stuff in here, and maybe it's just the bad design of this plastic blister where they were bouncing against it, and it just broke it off. So at least it's there. If it's not missing, so it is rectifiable. All right. So there's that. I'm sure they're going to come out with this in a million other colors. So if you didn't get this white one and they sold out, you can't get it. Just get a different color, because they will likely come out in several different colors. Let's take a look at the Porsche set. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. This is number 3 of 6 right here. This is the 1989 Porsche 944 Turbski. Again, the card art on these, it's nice and basic illustration of the car. It kind of looks a little retro. I like it. So these in the U.S. are available in Walmart. In other countries, I'm sure they are available, because we've got multi-language packaging. This kind of international 0 to 3, don't do it, because they could heat the car, kind of thing. So typically that's their rest of world type packaging. So these will probably be available to you outside the U.S., or they are already, and I don't know where, but we get a little bonus of that there to help nestle the car in. Oh, dude, that looks really good. I mean, you can't say it doesn't. I don't care that it has a plastic base, this one. Oh, that looks really good. I mean, if you're a Porsche fan, you got to pick up this set. I should pick up multiples of these. And these ones are hanging. It seems like this is a very easy one to get. Seems like there's a lot of these in the case. Yeah. You got the stethoscope in the back. Not to scale, man. This guy's got a giant head. Yeah, I put a fingerprint on it. But, I mean, you get full deco with these. Not full deco. I should say multi-surface tampo, because it's not full deco. It's actually like tampos. It's not the kind of full deco wrap that you see on Hot Wheels Premium. So this is like a semi-premium release. But you do get the tampos on every surface. That little Porsche logo. Pretty decent. This is a really nice... I really like it. I think it's very good looking. So, really cool. It's a nice looking Porsche right there. Alright. Next, we'll look at this one. This is number 2 of 6. Your 1971 Porsche 911 in this orange, yellow-orange kind of color. Again, looking pretty nice. This one has a metal base, so it's going to be quite heavy. The big turnoff for some people is probably going to be that it has plastic wheels. I could give a rip about that, really, because the wheels look so good. And that's really all that matters. I don't care that they're not rubber. I mean, big deal. So they're plastic, so the thing rolls quite well. But check that out. So metal base, metal body, plastic wheels. This thing is heavy. And again, you get like the full deco treatment. So it looks really good. Full screen printed, sharp graphics. Not really screen printed, but I guess screen printed-esque. And quite nice. Looks really good. So no decals, just like the pad printing, I think is what they call it. I'm not sure. Tampos is what they call it. Process of printing on these vehicles, and it's nice and sharp and looks really good. These are made in Thailand, by the way, not in the Malaysia plant. At least these particular ones, I think, are. All made in Thailand. Then we got this here, the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4. This is kind of a newer Porsche casting. This is in red. Again, car art looks really nice. And we get this extra plastic bit to hold the car probably from breaking through the blisters, my guess, with these metal base cars too, because they're heavy. And this one's a metal base. This casting debuted, I think, last year? I think it was last year, or just this last year, in, what was it, Fast and Furious, maybe? It was white. I can't remember, but here it is in red, and it looks really good. I think if I come across this set again in the wild, I think I'm just going to buy an extra set. I did, when I came across the set, all the card, I think the reason why I was even able to find it, because it looked like the box had kind of gotten crunched. You can see that in some of the card art. These ones are not that bad, but some of them are like completely like folded. But I sat there and inspected the models in the store and just made sure I got ones that had, you know, near perfect tampos, or as close as I could see on the one side that you can see, before I picked them up. But I really like this set. I think it's really awesome, and I think at the $3 per car price point, which is about half the cost of a car culture car these days, or even less than half, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Porsche 935. So, and the set before this, the wagon set, was really nicely done. This set is really nicely done. I think what's turning me on about it, honestly, is the fact that the tampos are done in the standard, like, pad printed fashion, where they are, you know, not dot matrixy. They're nice and sharp, and they look pretty good. So this one has a plastic base. Could care less. It looks really good. The wheels look really good. It seems like they have 3 different wheel types for these sets. I don't know if they're going to come out with more, but that's what it seems to be. And then maybe these wheel types will bleed into the main line at some point. I don't know. But pretty cool. This one in blues. This seems to be, this one and this one are the 2 plastic-based cars, I think, in the set. The only 2. And I think these are the ones that are mainly more produced, and they're coming in a higher quantity in the cases, and you're easily finding these 2. This black one actually may be my favorite in the set, though. So no complaints there. I will probably get a secondary set just to hang on to, because I really like this set quite a bit. I'll have to. And I got to find that green one, the 6th car in the set. So hopefully we will find that as well. This one, Porsche 356 Speedster. This one looks really nice and white, and quite like it. Let's go ahead and open it up. Again, this one gets the little extra plastic bit in the blister treatment. And there it is. Metal base, metal body. Looking quite good. Red interior, red Porsche on the side. Again, full details, headlights, taillights. Cute little car, looking really good, and a really nice one as well. So, yeah, nothing to complain about really about this, except for maybe that chase thing is a little bit annoying. I hope I do find it, and I'm able to add that one to the collection to keep the set complete. I think the next set that's coming out is like a Japanese set. That one's undoubtedly going to be hot as well. So that's definitely going to be a tough one to find as well. So, all right, moving on. Let's go on to Auto World. Might as well start with this Ultra Red. We have we have the version A and version B cars. I'll grab those really quick. Just have them in these little things. I grabbed them to shoot them for the Lamley Awards for the 64 car tournament. I think, did we put any of them in? I don't think either of them made it in to the 64 car tournament, but I did shoot them just in case. What is that? Like tree? I shot these outside. It looks like earwax, but I assure you that it's not. I don't know what that is. But I shot these things outside. It could have been tree sap, actually. But, yeah. There is the 400Z Nissan Z in blue. Again, we've looked at this model before, but opening hood. I actually think it looks better in the blue for the Auto World version than I think it looks in the yellow with the like bronzish wheels. What do you guys think? So version A, version B, which one would you rather have in your garage? I think the blue one, actually, for me. I mean, this doesn't look bad either. I think Auto World did a pretty good job with this tooling. Nothing really to complain about. Looks pretty good. Kind of cool that they did it to begin with, so I like that. Then we got it in the Ultra Red. Let's go ahead and open it up and add this to the loose Ultra Red collection. So in regards to this one, it looks really good. We've got chrome rims, white tires, Ultra Red body, chrome interior, and those are the traits for this particular set. And I think they go after the version B cars, even though this one, you know, it's not going to make a difference because both version A and version B cars, really the only difference between the two is going to be the color and the wheel color, but it doesn't matter because these all have chrome rims anyway for the Ultra Red. So there's that. All right, we'll set those aside and move on to the deluxe 4-packs. Let's see, which ones are these? That's version A there, so we'll go into that first. So here's your deluxe 4-packs. These things are showing up at some Targets, and I do not know what the logic is with the distribution and why they're only in some Targets and not in others. I wish my Target would carry them, but they do not, and therefore these are tough for me to get. They have never carried them in all the 4-pack releases that have come out so far. That's really annoying, but it is what it is. All right, take this out. And I'm just going to open both of them real quick so we can look at both version A and version B at the same time. Not much to look at on the packaging other than it's kind of the standard fare for these 4-packs. It's nice looking, it's just not much room for packaging when you've got 4 cars and this sort of thing hanging off the pegs. But these are pretty neat. Okay, so let's start with the Corvette. We'll go bottom to top. Here is the 2010 Chevy Corvette Z06. This casting is one of the earlier ones. It's number 4, 164-004. This was also released recently as a Johnny Lightning tooling with a metal base and rubber tires. Most of these were actually. I think all of them that are in this set have been so far. But here it is, version A in red. Looks pretty good. Again, the only thing I really wish that they would get into doing is making their headlights and lights in general on vehicles. I like that they print them. I think they should definitely make them a better like graphical representation of the headlight. That's my one big knock on Auto World as a whole, is that I think it's just a small thing. I don't know. I guess I can't say it's a small thing to do because I really have no clue what it takes to do that. So maybe I should shut up. But, you know, I think that's something I've seen other diecast companies do, let's say, such as like even Hot Wheels, right? I mean, yeah, it's not just a silver blob up front. We've got some sort of graphical representation of what the headlight would look like, as opposed, well, some of the Hot Wheels only have that, like a silver dot. See, not as cool. Matchbox tends to do it really well. You can also see here that headlight. I mean, it's very like minimal, and I think, you know, knowing Auto World and their attention to detail and stuff like that, something about this style of how they're doing this, I just don't really like. You know, the back looks kind of fine, but the front, they needed to put something a little bit more of a graphical representation of what the headlight looks like to give it kind of the illusion of being a real headlight. That's my opinion. you guys let me know if I'm off base on that, but I think a lot of people kind of share that. But anyway, here's your 2010 Chevy Corvette Z06. The next one is the 1996 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am without the top. So they make this casting in both variations, with a top, without a top. Say all that extra noise in the background you're probably hearing are my kids going crazy. That's the sad thing about having to film when they're awake and they're in the basement and not in school. So here it is in white. Cool casting. It's cool tooling. This tooling has also been released as in a Johnny Lightning lineup. Almost looks like the hood should open, but it doesn't. On any of these models, it doesn't. These also all have plastic bases and the plastic wheels. So, but there's 2 deluxe castings for you. I think they're a pretty decent value for money, though, these deluxe models. The 1986 Ford Mustang SVO. I don't know what the deal is necessarily with this little livery that's on it, the number 35. I'm not sure what the significance of this particular deco is. It might have something. Knowing the way Round 2 operates, it probably does mean something. It's probably not just random, but I guess who knows. This one has a gray interior. It's one of my favorite deluxe castings, this Fox Body Mustang. It's a good-looking Fox body, so definitely digging that. And then we've got it in this kind of like brownish, root beer-ish color. Root beer, almost maroon. I don't know. Cool color. And again, we've got some sort of like faux, like racing-ish deco on here with a Mobile 1 tampo as well. So, and again, I don't know if this has any significance to any real version of this car or not. The color is really nice, though. I like the brown. It looks really cool. So, digging that one. I'm digging both of those. It's probably the coolest ones in the set. And then well, of course, a lot of people's favorite is going to be the IROC. So we got a Camaro here, IROC Z. It's a nice tooling from Auto World. Hard to argue with it. This one's almost an ultra red color. And then we've got it in blue as well with the gray interior. So pretty nifty too. So all in all, I mean, the set's kind of cool. I do dig them. Deluxe car collection, there's a lot of them to get now with these Target exclusives coming out in 2-packs and 4-packs. My Targets get the 2-packs, but never get the 4-packs. So unfortunately, I have to rely on others to help me for that, which I guess isn't too bad. I haven't had too much of a problem because, you know, other people have been helping me out, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Actually, before we get into the Hot Wheels 100%, let's go into the couple of weird things. So we got another Mysterion, and I think Dumas already sent me one of these Mysterions, but we got it in another color. This time in blue. So take out the POG. Remember those? I don't think that's actually what that's supposed to be, but there it is. So here it is, plastic tires, metal body, metal base. This thing is heavy. I bet you this thing cruises down a track for you downhill racer people. I imagine it would. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty compact, and it's got the racing style wheels, so a little lip on the edge. But yeah, there's your Mysterion. And then I'll just hit my black Porsche with it. Did I chip it? No. That's a nice thing about Hot Wheels. The paint is quite durable. All right. America's oldest fair, York Fair. York Fair 1998. This is a White Rose collectible. York, Pennsylvania. 10th in a series of collectible models produced for the York Fair. Licensed and designed by White Rose Collectibles. Yada, yada, yada. Made in China. This is an interesting little Matchbox. I don't know how limited these were. Probably not very. But here it is. Get the Suburban or Tahoe. What is it? Tahoe. In York Fair Patrol Police livery. It's pretty cool. What do you guys think about that little model? Nice little Matchbox to join the Matchbox collection. I don't know if I should save this box or not. Save this Matchbox or no. I don't know. Maybe. All right. Let's look at this thing. So I opened up the box when he sent this to me, and I looked at this, and I'm like, wow, that's actually really cool looking. And it's got, the top is taped on, which I may try to conserve that tape just to keep the box intact. I keep all my 1/43 scales, like I put them back in the boxes they came in, because I don't really have any other convenient way of storing them other than to do that. And that tape is just, yeah, we're just pulling the tape off. It's just tape. I can always replace it. The packaging's kind of cool. The car's screwed down by one screw. It's got this neat like mirror design to it. Acrylic case. And then that sort of thing going on. Really cool looking Corvette. So let's kind of be careful here. It seems like, ooh, I think it's got some good weight to it. Just feeling it, picking it up by the car. All right, got nervous for a second. The screw didn't want to go. Thought I was going to strip it. And then it went. Move the packaging. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. All right, so what are we made out of? Is that metal? I don't know if that's metal or not. I think it is. Yeah, I think that's metal. A metal base, metal body. This thing is heavy. The roof is plastic. The top is plastic on this thing. So we've got some paint rash, which is kind of unfortunate, but not too big of a deal. The casting isn't falling apart. This thing is heavy. The tires are rubber, and it rolls quite well. It looks like, so our decals on this are actually like a sticker, which is slightly unfortunate because we do have this peeling up here on the back. You can see that right there. Oh shoot, and I just cracked it. So again, we might have to do a little model building to repair that. And I probably will be able to do that. Let's conserve this. I'm not sure exactly how, but I may be able to figure it out. I have like some decal softener, I think, still. I don't know if adding that to it would help or not. There, kind of put it back into place. But yeah, it's not sticky anymore. Anyway, I'll try to see what I can do to fix that. Other than that, very, very cool model. But that is the risk you kind of run with cars that are older like this, that have like decals that are like stickers or just decals in general. As these vehicles age, the decal kind of dries out and it can crack and then start peeling up. And there's a couple of places on this car where that's happening. Other than that, the car is super cool, and I think it's really, really nicely done. It's just, if it had the modern style of maybe putting graphics on a vehicle and then it was clear coated over the top, I think that would have saved it completely. Maybe even from the paint rashing too, not sure, but this is quite detailed. It looks really good and is quite fantastic. And even if it does crack a little bit, the decals come off a little bit, that's kind of like, it's an old car and maybe has some weird racing issue or something like that. I'm not sure. So there's that. Why does it have, like, is that a Ferrari logo right there or something? What is going on there? All right. Anywho, there is that vet. Really neat. All right. Moving on. All right. So speaking of issues with paint and stuff and things and items of things that have aged over time, we're going to see how we fared on these Hot Wheels 100%. So, not returnable if opened. Well, I think we're past the date of return on this anyway. It's funny because the gentleman at my local meet was selling Hot Wheels 100% for like $5 each. He didn't have many of them, and they were like some fairly not desirable ones. Most of them I had, and then there was this one, and I almost bought it, but then I messaged Dumas. I'm like, hey, did you send me this one or not? I can't remember. He's like, yeah, I sent you that one. I'm like, oh, I almost bought another one. It looks really nice. So, yeah. So they come in this packaging with an acrylic case. These are one of the few like instances where I haven't been saving these acrylic cases. And I think part of the reason is they're slightly annoying. I hate acrylic cases that have 2 screws holding the thing down. I save them for like the RLC cars, but it's like, get with it, put 1 screw in there. This has a 90-day limited warranty on it. And it had a thing for you to join the Hot Wheels Club. Interesting. Oh, this is funny. On average, how much do you spend a year on diecast vehicles? I am going to guess that everyone that watches my channel would have to probably check that last one. Maybe that one. If any of you only spend $100 a year, you're probably lying to yourself. How much do you spend per vehicle? Well, nowadays, I think a lot of us are up in this range, maybe. Some of you are down there still buying mainline. Some of you, if you buy any Hot Wheels car culture, you're in the 6 to 10 range. Pretty interesting. Where do you buy your vehicles? Well, internet. Mass merchandise store. What other brands of diecast do you collect? That's interesting. This is an interesting little survey. So pretty cool. And I think a lot of you also are going to be in the age range of that or that. Based on the demographics of who watches my channel. All right, so let's open this up. All right. This is the other reason why I hate these packaging, because this is always really hard to get open. Or I'm just dumb and I can't do it. There we go. Rubber bandage. All right, let's... Yep. These screws, too, by the by, are always a bit of a nightmare as well. And the other reason why I don't save... Shoot. We might be looking at this one on the base. Let's see if I got a different screwdriver. That will bite. I usually use a flathead because it's easier, actually, to get just a flathead in there. And then it's usually have less chance of stripping it. And if I do slip, it'll only strip like one little bit of the screw. But we'll keep both tools out for this experience. All right, we got it off of the base. And the base is going in the trash. It just is. I'm not going to store these ever on the in the package. I don't know why. Maybe I should. I'm kind of rethinking it now, but I didn't save any of the other ones, so kind of weird to go back now. I don't know. I'll hang on to it for a minute. I'll see what I'll do with it. Of course, customizers may want it, but it's kind of dinged up anyway. All right. And come on. So it left a little bit of a mark behind. The worst is if it goes over like a tampoed surface. That's where you usually have a lot of problem. This will likely buff out. More model making. So it helps sometimes when diecast collecting to have a little bit of a model making or customization skills because you can fix some of the issues. This one, I've got a little polish and stuff that will that rubber band residue will come off. It'll just take a little bit of effort. This casting is really cool though. I am digging it. We only got the little silver circles for the headlights, but that's okay. So no graphical representation there. Pretty basic in the back. This is like a drag racing Nomad. Engine detail in the back. There's your interior detail back there. Big fat meats in the back. This thing is pretty cool, actually. The color is really nice. Definitely digging that color. I am going to polish it up and display it. Thank you, Derek, for sending me this particular model. Very, very cool. And like I said, I almost bought one. So there's a little bit of a tempo issue right there, and maybe slightly alignment issue with the black Hot Wheels to the silver. Or maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. But you can see where the rubber band was over it right there. So whenever the rubber bands cross graphics is where you tend to really have an issue that's noticeable. Sometimes the paint will survive, or it'll just kind of affect the surface slightly, and you can kind of just grab some model wax or whatever and take care of it pretty easily, which I will do to the paint. All right, moving on. We've got another one with bands. This is the Elwoody. Cut the sticker, Dave. Get her open. The Elwoody. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Struggle with the packaging. Rubber bands. At least these have already dried up and rotted and fallen off before they could really do any cause any problems. Ooh, the front screw's coming out super easy. Oh, the back one's super loose too. Well, that's about as easy as that's ever been. I suppose I'll set it over here. Maybe I'll save it. Maybe. I mean, I don't have room to display them anyway, so I don't know. At least most of them. Cool. Cool tooling. Anytime I get like Hot Wheels 100% and I don't have the tooling, I've been kind of picking them up. This, like I said, $5. I can't really complain about it, right? Oh, the surfboard is removable. Look at that. If you want to go surfing, you can take that right out. Let's put it back. I did not know that was going to be removable. Opening hood. Fair amount of detail. The Hot Wheels 100% line was pretty interesting. Definitely a unique time for Hot Wheels putting out stuff like this. They really have never done anything like this again. You could argue the Hot Wheels Elite series is kind of in the spirit of this line. I would say, yeah, it kind of is, because they still did, they did like maybe scale accurate vehicles, I guess, being the 100% or 100% detailed or whatever they had. It sort of, I don't think it's really scale accurate, but they're larger. So if it's a larger car, it's larger. However, they still have like a Hot Wheels kind of flavor to them, and this would have been like the flavor of Hot Wheels from when these came out. Like this was the style, you know, very Larry Wood kind of thing going on. So pretty cool. And then I guess Elite 64 is kind of like a modernized version of these, I guess is what I would argue. They just don't come in an acrylic case and whatnot. All right. Lastly, we've got the Ford Highboy Coupe. Come on. Come on now. Oh, by the way, they all come with that little survey and stuff in there. That came off super easy. Let me get lucky with the screws. Not that one. Oh, not that one either. All right, here we go, guys. This one's going to be a no. I can already tell you right now. There's no way. And by the way, I've had to drill out screws on these. It's like they are so in there. This one's actually got a slot, though, all the way across for a flathead. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but it does. So I will get this removed. I may have to use power tools to do it. Let's see if I can get it with this. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God for that slot. Come on now. Oh, we're turning the car. You have no idea how much pressure I'm putting on this. All right, that one's going to require some extra effort. I'm not going to be able to get this off of the base. I apologize. I mean, I will get it off. It's just not going to be... I don't know how to... So I put this screw back in. Let's try that. So the car doesn't move. Go back in. Come on. There, put it in like about that far. Oh. Ah, shoot. All right, whatever. It's not happening. All right. There it is. Pretty cool. I'm sure there's some details on the bottom there we can't really see right now. But pretty cool little hot rod. All right. Okay, there's that fail. No biggie. No big deal. I will get that taken care of. So we have a lot of homework now. I have to fix the Toyota Tacoma, or not Tacoma, the Toyota 4Runner. I've got to fix the mud flap on that. We got to polish the paint on the on this guy right here. We need to fix the decal maybe on that 1/43 scale. And so we got some stuff to do. Like I need it. 2024, Happy New Year, guys. So let's go ahead and just open this up. My bottle opener for the next year. Love the carbonator casting. Love this multi-purpose casting from Hot Wheels, so you can drink your sodas responsibly. And yeah, it's been a good year. It's been a really good year. It's been a busy year. There's been a lot of things going on, personal life wise. A lot of cool things have happened, and looking forward to 2024. It's definitely going to be a year of personal development for me. Maybe more news about that sometime soon. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool year, I think, for Diecast as well. We got some new stuff coming out. We got that new Hot Wheels line coming. Well, not coming. It's here already, but that stuff is pretty nifty. Yeah, lots of neat things on the horizon. We'll see what occurs, but I'm excited for it. So hopefully you guys are too. Hopefully you guys have a great New Year's Eve, have good festivities, be safe, all that good stuff. Have an excellent 2024. If you had a rough 2023, hopefully, this is a time to kind of leave that stuff behind you maybe, and hopefully hope for good things to come in the coming year. So another trip around the sun, guys. Another trip around. So yeah, we'll leave you with that. Highlight for today. I don't know. I'm just really impressed with this Porsche series. I really like it. So we're going to call those the models of the episode. And that will be it. Thank you guys so much for watching another long Diecast Weekly episode. Thanks for tuning in every week. I really do appreciate it. If you are new to the channel and you're still stuck around for this long video, that's kind of shocking. But if you are here, subscribe, I guess. That would be cool. I think it helps me out. Pretty sure it does. And yeah, well, lots more to come. I already got probably 3 episodes worth of stuff lined up already. All right. Have a great day. Thank you guys. Peace.